Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch for a look at your headlines on this Wednesday, August the 25th, the 105th year anniversary of the national parks. We'll have more on that in just a second, but in the near term, we actually do have some late breaking news that is just in. The Denver Broncos announcing that Teddy Bridgewater will be their starting quarterback to at least start the season. The Broncos open up their season on September the 12th against the New York Giants. There's been that back and forth between Bridgewater and Drew Lock, who started most of last year. But again, Bridgewater winning that competition. He impressed during the preseason, leading the Broncos to touchdown drives on 3 of the 4 drives that he partook in the first 2 preseason games for the Denver Broncos. So again, there it is from our very own 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, that Teddy Bridgewater will be the Broncos starter to get the season going. Now from there over to weather, where today it's going to be hot and dry. Once again, mostly dry, but I've been mentioning this on my social media as well. Make sure that you cover up, get that car in the garage or the carport just in case, because we could see 1 or 2 stray, stronger storms develop later on this afternoon, this evening. Best chance for a stronger storm will be north and east of Denver, but the city itself could see just a slight chance, but a small chance that we do see a stronger storm in the city. Better chance for storms on your Thursday, as we'll see temperatures dip down a little bit behind a cold front. We'll be looking at highs in the upper 80s for your Thursday, and by Friday we'll rebound those temperatures back in the 90s. Stronger system arrives on Saturday. That'll bring us widespread storms, highs in the low 90s, and then we cool it down significantly for your Sunday, the back half of your weekend with highs just in the low 80s coming up for your Sunday. Now, if it's felt like a hot summer to you, it certainly has been. Our average temperature of 74.6 degrees through Monday from June the 1st for meteorological summer's start date to Monday. Yeah, 74.6 degrees. That makes it our 3rd hottest summer to date on record in Denver. We're expecting to round out the month in a relatively hot fashion as well. Now, that actually, again, ties for a 3rd hottest summer in recorded history. That goes back to 1872. Meteorologists define seasons, and in this case summer, by full months, so June, July, and August in this instance. Now, while the pandemic continues to impact our everyday life, one Denver restaurant owner wonders why the stimulus checks have stopped. Jaleesa Irisari shares with us her grassroots movement that's being supported by millions.
The doors at Duo Restaurant don't open for another couple of hours, but they don't need to be, to explain how close they came to never opening again.
We lost my entire husband's income, and so I think the uncertainty for me has been the hardest part.
Owner Stephanie Bonin recalls the dark days of the pandemic. Some, she fears, are still looming.
One of the indicators that we're seeing is that our to-go orders are going back up. So once the vaccines came out, it was just a nosedive. People were ready to not do to-go anymore. I guess it was now maybe 4 weeks ago, all of a sudden that reluctancy came in the form of, I'm going to go back to just ordering curbside.
More to-go means fewer tips for servers. As COVID variants continue to spread, a Change.com petition Bonin created months ago has reignited. She's asking Congress to implement $2,000 stimulus checks and to create a contingency plan that activates when the economy hits a certain low point.
What is the change that's going to come out of COVID to make sure that we always have each other's back, whether it is another virus pandemic or whether it's the next thing?
That next thing has led to nearly 3 million people from across the country signing this petition, hoping to put this country's darkest days behind them.
We can weather the storm together. We can do this together.
Jaleesa Irisari, 9 News.
I honestly can't say too often that definitively you're going to like this story, but in this case, I am 99.9% sure you will like the story that I'm about to tell you. The FCC is proposing to hand out the largest ever fine for a robocall. They're proposing a $5.1 million fine for 2 men accused of, get this, making over 1,100 illegal robocalls over just 2 days last year. My goodness. And before you ask, yes, my car warranty is just fine. Thank you very much. And also, I'm pretty sure on behalf of most of you out there, thank you, FCC. A team from Colorado is working in northern France to uncover a story from World War II. What they find could bring a family closure after more than 7 decades. 9 News reporter Noel Brennan spoke to the team, including an archaeologist who feels that she is on a humanitarian mission.
Some stories from World War II never made it into newsreels. 77 years ago, an American B-17 went down in northern France.
There's accounts of when the plane crashed, that it sat in the field for quite some time.
Generations after a pilot's mission was cut short, Michelle Coons is part of another.
We're out here on a recovery mission to recover a pilot from a downed B-17 bomber crash from World War II.
The archaeologist from the Denver Museum of Nature and Science is working for the first time in France.
It looks a lot like Impressionist paintings, I would say. Very, very beautiful countryside.
The location is kept secret, so a team led by Colorado State University and the Department of Defense can work in peace to find the pilot.
We have a team of metal detectorists that are out ahead of us where we choose to excavate, and they're locating parts of the airplane, and they're helping us to determine where certain concentrations are, where places might be of interest that we want to dig.
This is definitely one of the most meaningful things that I've done personally in my nearly 30 years association with the United States Army and Department of Defense.
Ray Sumner is now a PhD student at CSU. He'd led successful missions before, and he hopes to lead another.
As a veteran of 22 years, retired Army officer, I think it really is essential work.
The team can't say who they're looking for, but when they find him, family will be the first to know his story.
People are just so energetic to hopefully find him and bring him home.
Noel Brennan, 9 News.
A massive and brand new parking garage in Breckenridge should help out those of you heading up to the slopes up that way this winter. The new parking garage in Breckenridge will have over 400 brand new parking spots, and it will be open in November, just in time, of course, for ski season. Town of Breckenridge said it cost $41 million to build, but get this, it's got wood siding, rock accents, and new landscaping with pathways that makes it easier to walk downtown. So brand new parking garage in Breckenridge helping out the ski traffic and also looking a little bit on the nicer side. Meantime, warriors come from all backgrounds and journeys. Not all the warriors who inspire us are necessarily people. Today's warrior is a dog. He's a very special one. And after helping almost 20,000 patients, he's hanging up his vest to focus on his own health.
His full name is Ralph Lawrence. We do call him Ralph or Ralphie. At work, he's called Dogter Ralph or Ralph MD, and MD stands for medical doctor.
Puns aside, to thousands of children facing difficult journeys at Children's Hospital, Dr. Ralph is the best buddy you could count on to make you feel better.
So much so that we did a quality improvement study on it and published our results.
The results showed Ralph hit it out of the park during his 2.5 years as the hospital's first full-time service dog.
Good boy.
He helped kids feel calm, brave, and loved.
We have worked with everything from kids who are getting one blood draw or one vaccine, one shot, to kids who are going through 2.5 years of cancer treatment and maybe ringing the bell at the end of that treatment and maybe meeting the end of their life.
And now, after 8.5 years of helping sick kids stay strong, Ralph is retiring to face a battle of his own. 6 months ago, Kizzy got a phone call from the vet after a routine dental checkup.
When he went in for a dental biopsy, they called and the vet was very quiet on the phone, and she said, "I'm just so sorry because I know how many kids love him." And my heart just kind of shattered, and I was like, this is bad.
Ralph was diagnosed with a version of T-cell lymphoma that's always terminal for dogs.
He's taught kids how to do all of these amazing things and be brave and get through them, and now he's in the kind of the reverse seat. We just got a note yesterday from a patient that said, "Ralph, you were there for me through my cancer, and I wish I could take your cancer away," which is really touching.
Love notes like that one and hand-drawn pictures of Ralph line the hallway at Children's.
Honestly, the first time I saw the gallery, I it took my breath away, even though I've seen all of those pieces before.
Seeing the pieces together paints a picture of the legacy Ralph leaves behind and what he truly meant to the smallest patients.
The little moments that would make me laugh or that I would watch him impact a kid or a staff member at our hospital used to be special, and now they're like, I'm clinging to those moments.
Powerful story indeed. Now, we're also here to wish the national parks a happy 105th birthday today. I mentioned this at the start of our headline segment here, and that also means, by the way, that there is free entry today to all 63 national parks, including the 4 in Colorado, which means quick quiz. Can you name Colorado's 4 national parks? I'll give you a second to think about it. They are Mesa Verde, Black Canyon of the Gunnison, Great Sand Dunes, and Rocky Mountain National Park, of course. So those are the 4 that you can visit for free today on the National Park's 105th birthday. Happy birthday indeed. Finally, it is a slightly different kind of gender reveal. The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs has announced the gender of its 4-week-old hippopotamus. First time Nile hippo father Biko smashed a watermelon with the insides dyed blue with animal safe food coloring to reveal that the big bundle of joy is a boy. The baby boy hippo was born underwater in July and is the firstborn at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in 32 years. So congratulations to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo and to the new hippo father, Biko. So certainly a happy story to round things out on this Wednesday, August the 25th. I'm Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here for your 9 News headlines.